We moved here in 2003, and when we did first show up here, it was a very transient sort of crowd here, more of a place to stay. Nelson Cares has transformed it into a beautiful building. It's one of the real landmark buildings in Nelson, especially with a few of them that have been burning down over the last few years. So when they put the sprinkler systems in, that was a major thing to have done. It's really transformed into a home for the 45 people that live here.
We have a story of two buildings in Nelson that are within blocks from each other, and that was the Kerr block. That building was an extremely complex building with many renovations, many changes, many internal hidden voids. The fire was too significant to be able to save that building. We turn the page now and walk a half a block up the street, and we look at Ward Street Place. Very, very similar buildings, very similar in age, but significantly different in the maintenance, the fire protection that was done by Nelson Cares on that building. But the final key had to be put in place, and that was the sprinkler system. Smoke alarms save lives, sprinkler systems save lives and buildings. So to Nelson Cares, fantastic job.
What I've seen over 5 years are enhancements to our relationship with Stepping Stones and Ward Street Place and a number of Nelson Cares supervised facilities. And that's because of the communication and dialogue.
Affordable housing, low-cost housing, whatever, has changed my life in as much as it saved my life from not being much of a life before and having a place that's clean, you know, smoke-free and inside and things like that that are really important to me, and having, you know, having that ability to live in a place that I can pay the rent and have enough for expenses.
Affordable housing to me means stability and being able to breathe again, I guess, because when you're homeless, it's kind of hard to focus on anything, you know, or anything that matters to you, like school or pretty much anything, because all you're focusing on really is surviving and figuring out like what you can do or where you can eat or sleep.
When I came here, I looked everywhere before I moved in here, and it was a struggle. It's really hard. We all know that finding a half-decent place in Nelson is really, really a struggle. And I looked and I looked and I looked, and I didn't know, actually. I was really surprised because I know what it was like years ago, and I was really actually balking at moving in here because of, you know, how it was. It was rough. Then when I moved in, I finally got a place here. I was really surprised at the changes. There's a lot of work that's been done to make this a building that's safe and people live here. And that's what I strongly believe, you know, people live here.
The best thing about living at Ward Street Place, I would have to say being able to take care of myself completely, like having my own place, my own room. I can cook whole meals for myself, not having to rely on, you know, going to a community kitchen or something like that. I do feel that the tenants here fit together like a little community and help each other out quite a bit. Yeah, it's a neat little place, Ward Street Place. I gotta say, there's quite a variety of people here. The Nelson Cares staff, they're all really great, very helpful people. I think it's a very good place for all types of people, and more communities need places like this for people on low incomes, and where they can support each other and they fit in together, feel like they fit in. I think that's really important. There's not many places, I don't think, that are like this at all. And it helps the community out a lot, I think.
My name's Shelley. A lot of people call me Kennedy, and the reason why affordable housing has changed my life is because everything has gotten less stressful. Bills don't seem like they're piling up left, right, and center. And I can spend a whole lot more time with my family and working on my family views and values than I ever have before. With affordable housing, not only has my life changed, but my view on the world has changed. It's not as cold as it used to be.